Hey, Kaylin, how you doing? What's going on? Not a bad day up here today. How was the weather where you were at? Well, I can tell you're educated. You could have been said you were doing good. Spoiled my dog. Just went up and got her a cheeseburger. Kaylin, where are you located? Well, thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Where are you from, Josh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you told me that before. I think I told you before. I lived down there for downtown for about 13 years. Oh, okay. Elmwood Park. Yeah. Chicago's a great town. You taking the L downtown? What's that? Elmwood Park. What's that? The Brown Line? Windy City. Yeah, that's it, Tim. Told you. Blowing all the time. Yeah, I can do that, Tim. I can put some jazz in it. Yeah, that's it, Josh. Yeah, I haven't been back to Chicago in geez, probably 7 or 8 years. I liked it a lot, but I was glad to get out of there. That traffic. You know, when I was down there, I moved there in '98 in the Gold Coast. It had always been nice, but that downtown area, like at Clark and Maple, it was getting super nice. It was like places were selling for a fortune. I mean, it was really a happening place. Uh, Health clubs were kick ass, a lot of pro athletes. And then, and after that economy tanked, it was a whole new ball game. Where's that, Tim? Which one? Yeah, you know, it's funny you should say that, Josh. I normally don't like deep dish, but Giordano's deep dish, what is it, 35 bucks or something? Once in a while, it's excellent. Yeah, the crowds in Chicago are a killer. I got tired of riding around in those damn L's too. Yeah, I caught the, you know, the economy had kind of been in a recession. Then at that time when I moved there, man, I thought it was just going to be great. I did start a new business from scratch and it did well, but I'm telling you that 9/11, it was downhill after that. It hung in there better than most places, but around 207, 208. Hey, Josh, I can remember. Are you old enough where you would have been able to go to the Borders Books on Michigan Avenue? Did you ever go in there before it closed? Oh, okay, Tim. Yeah, coal plants. Probably the yeah. It's that one down there in the Rouge Detroit border. Yeah. Josh, did you ever make it to that Barnes or that Borders Books before it closed? Even the water tower, you know, that mall across the street, that thing had all sorts of vacancies. And that started around 9/11. Michigan Avenue is a shell of what it used to be. That Amazon killed all those big box stores. Oh, okay, yeah. Around Christmas time, that was the biggest Borders in the country. It was 5 floors and just a fantastic view. I used to go up there and get a coffee while it was snowing like hell. Sit right up next to the glass, see all those people. It remind you of like the good old days in the 30s and 40s. Virgin Atlantic, too, the airline, had a record store down on Michigan Avenue with great views as well. They lost their ass. They didn't last very long. But it was so nice down there for a while on Michigan Avenue, like when the weather was bad or the holidays. Well, you're lucky it skipped all that. Oh yeah, it's true, Michigan, Steve. Yeah, yep, it's much different now. I think it's good, but it's you know they're not like they used to be. I mean, you can argue that in the good old days it was people were spoiled, but you know they start out at like $14 an hour, which is better than I guess working at a Walmart. But it's never going to be the middle class as we know it. These automobile companies, it's the big two now. It's GM and Ford, and I wouldn't really call them the big two. Uh, they're having a hard time as well. GM shutting plants left and right. A new coal plant, Tim? No kidding. Wow. We do need more power. That's right. You know, all these bunny huggers, Ann Arborites, you know, they want to have these hybrid cars. I was talking to Tim about that earlier tonight. You know, when that weather got really cold, those Teslas, they couldn't use the heater and drive them at the same time. And if they did, it cut their longevity in half. And these charging stations that you see out at Metropolitan Airport in Detroit, yeah, they're powered by fossil fuel plants. I mean, it's the only thing that really works big time. These wind generators and these solar panels, shit, you can't power a vibrator with one of those. That's why you sell the power back to the power company, because then you really think you're really doing something good. Because if everybody plugged them in and used them as power to run an actual home, They realize what a sham the whole thing is. Yeah, the Gold Coast, Josh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a couple of Charlie Bowes videos. The only thing that kind of turned me off is he was doing a New Year's Eve videos where he said you could hear the bullets hitting the car. What a bunch of fucking bullshit. Bullets hitting the car. Fuck. I mean, he's got a great group of subscribers. His videos are interesting. He's got to do something stupid like that. No, they don't. I mean, it's fun to try. It's kind of a nice hobby. Shit, you got to get a 2x3 one to even try and power a cell phone. No, I don't know him. I'm sure I've crossed paths with him, though. And Walter Gildersleeve, I don't know him either. I do know Camera Crusaders. They had a radio show for a while I was on. Hey, Nerd Object, how you doing? Oh, that's the thing I was thinking in Detroit the other day. These guys are driving around these Camaros, and Challengers, and Corvettes. It must just beat the shit out of those things. You know, like a low-profile car with those racing rims. They must just, it must just make them into junk in no time. That a good inert. The 400-watt panels, I get a peak of 275 or so. So what do you actually power with that, Tim? Oh, VEs, no problem. There's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge on here, so don't ever hesitate to ask a question. Be glad to answer it. Oh, there you go. So you don't really know what the net power usage is then, do you? Oh, okay. I mean, I like the idea of all this green stuff. I just haven't found a practical way to make it fly, you know, where it's reliable and you can get the kind of usage out of it you need. Good waffles? Yeah, I'm not a big waffle eater. Yeah, they're all over. You know, I know at the cost of sounding racist, I know in Detroit, I'm generalizing now, don't get mad, African Americans like waffles and chicken. And there are a couple famous places in Detroit for waffles and chicken. There's probably a few scraggler white guys down there too, but it seems to be basically a African American fare. Oh, okay, Tim. Take care, huh? Yeah, waffles and chicken. How you doing? It doesn't sound good to me, waffles and chicken. Oh, Josh, don't say that shit. You'll get me thrown off. Yeah, I don't like French toast either. Unless you can get it thin. Everybody seems to think you have to make French toast out of that Texas toast. I'd like to kick the guy's ass whoever thought about Texas toast. I hate that on everything. Yeah, Tim, see, I believe that, Tim, but you're having fun with it. It's kind of like a hobby. The only way that worked that I knew of is when Jimmy Carter offered big tax subsidies. And then even if it didn't work, you saved it on your taxes, so who cares? I don't know what the incentives are now. Jerk chicken's great, hard to find. I knew a couple good places in Florida, but I don't know any place in Michigan. Florida absolutely sucks. I've got a house in Florida. I would avoid it like the plague. High crime, high traffic, high humidity, drugs, insurance is expensive. Florida sucks. Every single square inch of it. I think it's a great place to visit. And if you wanted to try Florida, I suggest to people rent for a year. And 90% of them give me a big hug and thank me. Yeah, too thick, Care Hub. I don't like thick pizza crust, any of that. Florida is really terrible. Yeah, you know, someone mentioned the other day on Grand River there where the old Wonder Bread factory used to be. I remember smelling that bread. Yeah, it's a tie. It's a tie, Bees. I would say, yeah, boy, that's a tough one. You know, let me tell you how shitty Florida is. There used to be a show on TV, and I'm not kidding. You know what the name of it was? Fake or Florida. They would give scenarios that were so out of the box. You had to guess if it was fake or Florida. I don't know. That's a tough one. Mississippi, there are a lot of insurance companies that won't write policies in Mississippi. The tallest building they have, and not that this is any measure of success, is at one of the casinos in Tunica, technically Robinsonville. God, I think I'd give. Boy, that's an excellent question. God, I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. I think they're both suck with a capital S. That's about it. Josh, you play college baseball? Where at? Oh, those Pennsylvania guys. Yeah, they were characters. It's funny. He called me a couple times, and when I called him back, I only got a fax machine. Oh, Triton. Hey, Josh, I'll tell you a funny story. I had one girlfriend since I left my wife, and that was about 98, 99. So I started dating her, and she had two kids, Jonathan and DJ. And they were young kids at the time, and DJ could throw a ball really hard. He was just a young kid. Long story short, it was DJ Snelton. He got signed by the Giants, pitched at Minnesota. And I see when he got called up from the minors, they scored like 11 runs on him. He's bounced around a couple minor league teams. But DJ Snelton, I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not. He's from up around Lakeville area. Zug Island, yeah, I'm fascinated. And Zug Island, they make some other steel down south of there, right along the River Rouge border. River Rouge E-course. Yeah, well, do you ever stay at bed and breakfast, Bees? I've got a bed and breakfast down in West Palm Beach. Go down there and spend a couple weeks and see how you like it and travel the state. Yeah, Josh, as a little kid, he could throw the hell out of a ball. And it's funny, it was Jonathan, the brother, who they thought was going to be the baseball star. He did get a pitching scholarship to Valparaiso, but he didn't do shit. But here DJ ends up growing to 6'6", 240 pounds, the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He gets a full ride scholarship to Minnesota and leaves early. But I think it wasn't looking good. He's a hell of a nice kid. Oh, okay. Yeah, sulfur dioxide, Steve. You know, it's funny, Steve. Other than asthma, the air isn't as bad as you'd think. And I've never, now this isn't a scientific study, found more 100-year-old people in my life than I have in Delray. Yeah, he's a big guy. Really, real softy though, man. Just a non-violent. He plays the guitar a lot. And I've looked him up a couple times on his Facebook. He's a real gentleman. Not really, Bees. No, not true. If you watch YouTube videos, you'll think cops are just a bunch of vigilantes, but by and large, you're not going to have any problem at all. Be very careful where you decide to go in the United States, though. I mean, it's not all crumpets and tea. Jesse, I don't really know. I mean, I can ask for you if you want. I think most of the Mexican clubs are down there around Southwest Detroit. There's one on 4th Street where I know they have like famous Mexican bands come in and stuff. I'll ask around for you. Royal Oak seems a little too upper middle class, whitey bullshit, martinis. I would be surprised if there was a good Mexican club in Royal Oak because it's all turned into big buck whitey bullshit. Upper middle class. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Not too many Spanish would hang around Royal Oak, I don't think. Hispanics. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, absolutely sucks. West Palm Beach, that's where my place is at, yeah. Yeah, I'll figure that out for you. I thought somebody answered that question for you right after you asked. That's why I didn't look anymore. Not that I know of, Eves. Not that I know. Filipino, no, not that I know of. Not even really an Asian community to speak of. Yeah, Royal Oak. When I was growing up, Royal Oak was kind of a notch below the other suburbs. Southwest Detroit, I think it is. I mean, are you Hispanic? I'm assuming you are by your name, Jesus. You're Hispanic, right? Yeah, okay, you would love Southwest Detroit. I would move down to Southwest Detroit myself. I think it's great. Jesus, you would love Southwest Detroit. You'd think you're in Mexico. I'm not shitting you, in a good way. Yeah, East Side. I never really cared for the East Side. Josh, never. I don't care if they do, because I've got the camera rolling all the time, and I think that saves me. It's funny, when I was interviewing that Kay the other day, that young girl on Michigan Avenue, a cop pulled up, put on his brakes, looked at us both, pulled into an alley, and I thought he was going to back up and come say something, and he never said anything to us. If you watch that video with Kay, she didn't really have many kind words for Detroit police officers. Oh, okay, Jesus. Where are you from? Cassie's doing well, working full time in a relationship, living in a suburb. I just texted back and forth with her a couple weeks ago. Oh, no kidding, Tim. 1,000 acre? That much in Royal Oak? Wow. Yeah, Steve, you might be right. I do. I have quite a few videos of outside of Michigan. I do. That's why I upload the same videos twice sometimes. They're just too hard to find. Yeah, I know a lot of Chicago cops. I used to go to that fitness formula in the Gold Coast Galleria. That's where I lived. And there were tons of Chicago cops that would come in there. They all seemed like really good guys. Yeah, I believe that, Michigan Steve. The starting pay for a Detroit cop is like 33,000 or something. Yeah, Desiree, it really is. It's a good story. Cassie has really done well. Yeah, Fitness Formula Club. I know Gail Landers, the owner of that company. Not well, but pretty well. Are you familiar with that outfit, Josh? Well, the government claims it's the east side of Detroit where all the gangs are. I would probably say that's true. I would say that's true. The east side. There's nothing to do over there. There's no reason to live there. The southwest side is killer. Oh, Belle Island, is that making a comeback, Steve? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I was just talking shit on that video, more death than in Afghanistan. It's not true, you know. I should have changed the title on that. It was just kind of a play on words. Oh, yeah, you're right, Tim. Oh, Belle. Oh, you're talking about Belle Isle. Yeah, Belle Isle's fantastic. You know, there's two sides of the story on that, though. I used to go over there like 2, 3 in the morning. I'd be the only guy over there. I've actually seen coyotes walk across the ice from Windsor, Ontario during those cold winters. It was really cool out there during like a heavy snowstorm. But since it's a state park now, you got to be out of there by 10 p.m. Oh, Desiree, that's super. That's super interesting. I wish I could get some interviews on people that were in that life that turned it around and got better. But my experience is as soon as they got better, that's the last thing they wanted to talk about on camera. What's that, Jesus? Yeah, I do that in a couple of videos. And you're not going to believe it, but that was an experiment with a filmmaker from Canada. I told him that negative videos garnered a lot more attention than positive, and those 2 Detroit videos, he was with me, and I proved my point. I was right. Hog Island. I don't think it's scary driving there. I mean, I'm usually there in the daytime. I mean, most of the places like desolate, vacant homes, burned out homes, unemployment. There aren't too many people that are going to take a chance messing with me because it's non-drug related. They don't know me. I mean, who would go to prison killing me for nothing? I think it's low odds. I mean, you could say, well, you know, that's not true, but I think I'm on the lowest part of the totem pole to get hurt. Hey, Cobra, what's going on? Yeah, South Haven's nice. Big gay community. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. There are no Wolverines around Canada. Oh, wow. I'd love to talk to her, Desiree. That'd be great. Thank you, Cobra. I mean, I don't do anything anybody else couldn't do. If it wasn't for the women that I interviewed that worked the streets, we wouldn't be talking now. Basically, 4 videos, 4 interviews. And that's the only reason I got channel recognition. I would say Florida's the worst state. Yeah. I would put Mississippi as number 2. Now I can't, Josh, because I'm up in where I live, about 175 miles north of Detroit. But otherwise, I would do it. I do that. I tried doing it a few days ago. Yeah, that's right, Cobra. It's not dangerous. That's why I'm never worried about it down there. Well, thank you for watching the videos. Appreciate it. Nobody watched them. Wouldn't make much sense to upload any of them. Yeah, Michigan Steve, I'd love to get together sometime. Josh, now don't. It's okay, Josh. You can come out of the closet. It's all right. Didn't you notice all those guys on the beach with no girlfriends? The most dangerous Florida town. I think statistically, Miami. Yeah, I had a gun a long time. It's a pain in the fucking ass carrying a gun, especially when you get older and you start getting fat. Need a fucking 48-inch belt. Everybody can tell you got a gun. It's just too much trouble. Plus, I get a hot temper, man. It get me in more trouble than it would get me out of trouble. No, Josh, because you said Grand Haven, didn't you? I never cared about the Cubs. Jim Riggleman was my neighbor, the Cubs coach, when I lived in Chicago. Oh, Cobra, yeah, I love to talk to people. That I really don't have any testimonials. I've never asked Tassie about it, but she knows that I'd be interested in doing it. But she never said, "Hey, let's do this." Yeah, South Haven, Josh. Yeah, Josh, when you go into the restrooms, look at that hole right above the toilet that separates the stalls. It's called a glory hole. Oh, okay, Arkansas. That's cool. Yeah, my Desiree, my email is TomReed 1956 at gmail.com. Yeah. Okay, Bees. Great. Good luck to you. Make an informed decision. Okay, Bees. Anytime. Yeah. What's Josh talking about? What did he say? I wouldn't call it that, Josh, but the numbers are way up there. I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling you that very well known for that. If it feels good, do it, Josh. Josh, you sound a little naive to me. You know, when you go to those talent shows and all the women have Adam's apples? Yeah, it's a drag queen show. Don't feel bad because I've been to them in Key West. That's all right, Josh. You can come out of the closet here. We're welcoming. We don't discriminate. Yeah, that's all right, KR Hub. I know. Josh just panicked when he got identified with his favorite town as being gay. Hey, Michael. Thank you, Cobra. Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. That's all right, Josh. You're in the perfect age range now. It's not bad like it was when I was 30. Yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. You know, I wasn't earlier. I am moody. That's why you don't see him in the chat that often. I don't seem to come alive till later at night. Yeah, Shaniqua Saugatuck, that is too. Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I got lucky, man. I was introduced to that gay stuff very young by a good guy, and you know, I was from a lower middle income area, and you know, we were all gay haters. But I met this guy, and I, you know, got introduced to knowing friends of his and lovers of his, and he had a good job, and it wasn't, you know, I didn't depend on the media to form my opinion. I just got done liquidating his estate. He died in 1998, and the last heir died, so I was able to close it. I do have kind of a bad temper. Yeah, nothing like it used to be, but I can still fly off the handle with the right triggers. I boxed, kickboxed, all that stupid shit. That's from coming from a screwy home. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. Parents ask me, well, don't you think Johnny should get a black belt in karate? No, I don't. Well, how about boxing? Nope, skip that too. If you come from a normal family, you're not interested in that stuff. Oh, that's cool, Steve. I've done that before. That's exactly right. Ducks fly with ducks, Josh. That is no shit. Ducks fly with ducks. Okay, Cobra. It's great talking to you. Come back anytime. You know who I wish would come on these chats is these people that leave me these nasty emails all the time. They are such chicken shits. They don't have enough balls to come on here because they make a fake channel ID just so they can say something rude to me. So they're never on it. Oh, did I get pissed off, William? I don't remember that. Yeah, I do get pissed off sometimes. I got a way longer fuse than I used to have. Yeah, Virginia, fighting is a science. It's a skill. It's just like typing. These mad guys with the tattoos and these weightlifters, that doesn't teach you to fight. You know, I was talking about this gay guy I knew when I was younger. He's a good guy. There was a group of gays down in Detroit at the time. This would have been the mid 70s, early 80s. All these guys were physical fitness nuts. They all had black belts in Taekwondo. And all they would do was go around to straight bars and like start holding each other's hands and stuff just so they could beat up people. Like violent gay guys, but they knew how to fight. Oh yeah, about the roads. Yeah, I get pissed off about the roads. Oh, thanks, Josh. Yeah, I mean the gangs, gangs aren't like you think they are. I mean, it's not like a Michael Jackson video or the movie Colors. Gangs kind of fit into society different than they did when they didn't work and just had a life of crime, unless you believe some of the newspaper articles, which I do, because if you look at East Side gangs in Detroit, Michigan, the feds are after them all the time, and the feds don't generally go after anybody unless there's super lot of crime. Google gangs in the East Side of Detroit, and you'll see what I mean. But it's not like they're wearing gang paraphernalia. I wouldn't know one if I saw one. I know the Mexican gangs. There's a name they use. It's a number. They own 4 or 5 retirement community homes in Detroit. Yeah, I mean, there probably are some gangs down there, but I would have known about it if it would have been like what you're thinking. Oh, Charlie Bow, I don't know if he interviews gangs or not. It's just like people are asking me about, do I know any of the working girls pimps? No, because pimps kind of went out with the cell phone. Yeah, MS-13, yeah. Right. I think gangs are like, guys that have full-time jobs that, work all this dope. It's hard to believe you can get heroin for $10 a hit, considering the trip that it makes to get here. Latin Kings, yep. That's it, Susan. Yep, Latin Kings. Hey, David, how you doing? All great, all right. Yeah, if you listen to the interviews that I did just lately, these women don't seem to be able to differentiate between fentanyl and heroin. They think they're buying heroin, but it's both. Yeah, don't do drugs. Crystal meth is still around, but it's kind of getting to be a dated drug. Yeah, I never heard of the Joy Road Hit Squad. Here we are talking about street drugs, and look at all these drug companies getting sued now by municipalities for the opioid epidemic. Well, as it turns out, Walmart's handing out most of the addictive drugs. I never really bought into that Illuminati stuff very much. But when I read about it, God, I think of Walmart and all the painkillers they sell. Then I start to think, well, maybe it is true. Drugs. That blows a huge hole in the theory of evolution with human beings, because you're supposed to evolve away from substances that hurt the species. not gravitate toward them like alcohol and drugs. I think the CIA has been involved in drug dealing before, but I think it's just a political platform. I don't think they're full-time, nonstop drug dealers. Heroin to meth, no kidding. That's surprising because heroin is so affordable now. Iran Kronter, that's exactly right. Old Ollie North. Ollie North is a gold standard example of before you grant somebody immunity, make sure you get in writing what they plan on saying. They granted him immunity, and then when they asked him for the information, he remained silent. Speedballing, yeah. I think that's heroin and cocaine. Maybe that's an 8-ball. And one way or the other, if you look at the drug trade, you look at probation, police work, rehab clinics, judges, parole, probation, prisons. I mean, it creates a shit ton of jobs. Good talking to you, Josh. Oh, put the baby to bed. No, you're not fooling me. I'm just kidding you. Good talking to you. Whose baby is it, Josh? Yeah, it's crazy. That drug trade's alive and well, that's for sure. You look at a lot of these European countries, it's, thank you, Ed, appreciate it. It's a personal use. You can have any drug you want as long as it's for personal use. Yeah, you're right about that Care Hub, though, that opioids. Really crazy. Oh, yeah, there's so many jobs created by it. I mean, there really are. I mean, I'm not sure that's the reason why drugs are around so much. But, God, it's certainly food for thought. Yeah, it's true, Steve. You're right. And then all this forfeiture stuff and stuff that the cops get to keep that they find. You can't get on an airplane with a gun or a knife very easy anymore. But yet, all this heroin ends up in these cities everywhere. Heroin is a huge problem in northern Michigan, and that means it must be coming up I-75. And it must be getting smuggled in the United States. Where? I mean, I can't believe they can't catch these people easier. Oh, what'd you think about that, Rennie? Did you think that was okay or not? Oh, no kidding, Shadow, huh? They're American. Yeah, there you go. That's true, Virginia. Yeah. Yeah, the heroin's coming from Afghanistan, but the fentanyl's coming from China. I've read a couple articles, I've read a couple articles. That doesn't mean I know anything, but it suggests that this fentanyl is made in China. Yeah, you're right, William. That's true. Can thank the Kennedys for that. Oh, Rennie, you have fentanyl in Australia too, huh? Wow. I thought that was all crocodiles and kangaroos. Oh yeah, Care Hub, yeah, yep. They had a cop that just got a dose of fentanyl, looking for stuff. Hey, Avalon Dreaming, welcome back. Yeah, black tar heroin. Does anybody use that anymore? Hey Ben, what's going on? Canada has it too. My God, the world's going to shit. Port Huron, yeah, they got a big load of fentanyl. Yep. Wow. Ride a kangaroo to work. Yeah, that's what we think over here in America. Skid Row. No, I haven't. I'd like to go down there and check it out, though. I'll tell you that. You know, I'll tell you one thing. Hey, Siska, I'll tell you one thing that's a little odd. Like, you guys know me from going down to Detroit and doing stuff. But let's say I went down to LA or I went down to Houston or whatever. It's not the same. If you look at Charlie Bowe, he's tried to go to different places and do videos which were similar to the ones he did in Detroit. It just doesn't fly. You don't know the in and outs of where you're at, you know? It's something changes. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate it. You know, I've thought about talking to these women down in Detroit and just going in and experiencing videotaping an all-night drug binge with these women and just paying them more to experience it and videotaping it. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's too crazy, or do you think YouTube would block it, or what? I'd do it. I'd like to spend the whole night in a dope house just to see how it works. Oh, that'd be interesting though, Isaac. You might see Sly and the Family Stone down there. Oh, here's a friend right here, Pantera. I must have blocked him earlier. Pussy. Oh, no kidding. So I guess that black tar is around. Oh, Shaniqua Jones, you'd like to see it? Yeah, I'd do it. I would do it. Oh, really? Shadow 82, huh? Yeah, man, I just feel like, it's funny you should bring that up, Rennie, because I was thinking today, you see all these deals and it's brought to fruition by, this guy was just doing this as a hobby and blah, blah, blah. Hey, Sherry. And, and I was thinking to myself tonight, one thing that I'm glad that's worked out is there was zero bullshit in the way this came about. I did exactly what I did my whole life for my own personal interest. I used YouTube to kind of catalog my own videos. It wasn't me that thought that I was giving these women a word. It was the viewers that thought that. So it was as pure as it could get. I never hoard myself out with this great idea in mind to make the world aware of what some of these women go through. I couldn't be happier the way it worked. I do the same thing. I know when I upload a woodpecker video that I'm not going to get any views. Hey, by the way, there's a way you can click on everything for YouTube. I found out yesterday that 99.2% of my videos were not monetized. They were not monetized. So it was basically 0.8% of my videos, which is like the ones you've seen from Detroit and the women in the last 6 months or so were monetized. I went back and changed it, but God knows how much I always said that I never made any money. Well, that's why. Most of the videos weren't monetized. In the videos of the interviews I have with the women working the streets, they're limited because of YouTube. Yeah, I do, Steve. Yeah, I do ask them. Yeah. Usually it's a death in the family, an abusive family member. Subscribers don't really do you any good. And believe it or not, if you look at my views, less than 5% of my views are from subscribers. Isn't that weird? You would think subscribers would be the people that watching your channel. It's not. Less than 5%. Yeah, it's getting better though. They're getting more user friendly. Yeah, if you get a complaint, that's right. I've had that problem. People get pissed when I interview those women. About every 5 videos, I've got to do a personal review, have my manually reviewed because so many people have bitched about those videos. Oh, Avalon Dreaming, do it. These people are glad to tell their story, and I'll tell you how I know that. Because I thought, why, I'm paying them, I'm interested in what they're doing. I'll tell you why I know. Because they come up to me later, and these women that I do these interviews with, they read the comments that people leave them on YouTube, and they're all very happy and very grateful that they got to explain their dilemma to the world. Yeah, they're appreciative of it. You're thinking at the beginning, well, God, am I exploiting these people? Am I paying them enough? Is this the right thing to do? It's absolutely the right thing to do. You're doing them a huge favor because they don't have the wherewithal to get their story out on the internet. And they're just absolutely shocked how many people are in their corner. We're talking about everything, Sherry. Oh, wow, Michigan Steve. Boy, you're up for an award if you watch that many of them. That must have took a while. Yeah, most people don't care. Well, at the beginning, I paid them $10, and then I give them money when I saw them, and I pay them the money that their videos garner. Although because the revenue from the ads are limited because of the type interviews it is, there's not much money. Tassie, as an example, I gave her twice as much as her video made because I didn't want her looking up some bullshit thinking I was ripping her off. Yeah, Isaac, I would run into these women when I would be getting a coffee or buying papers, and they were always so friendly and nice to the clerk. What really tugged on my heartstrings, though, is I'd see these women that work the street buy hot dogs and stuff for stray cats and buns, a bag of buns for birds to have something to eat. It's That's really sad to me, but it shows what a good people they are. Here, their life sucks. They're working the streets, they're drug addicted, and they're looking out for stray cats and birds. Thank you, Shadow 82. My name, Rennie, Tom Reed, Reed. Yeah, have a super heart. They all are like that. I'm telling you, they're sweethearts. I could go up to those women and say, "Hey, I need $10," and they give it to you. They have good hearts. They really do. Yeah, that was Penny. That was super sad. And Rennie, I'll tell you a twist of irony in that is Penny had a lot of support. She had a preacher from when she was a little girl that loved her. She had 5 children. But man, when that heroin gets in you, all bets are off. Yeah, I believe that, Sherry. I think so too. Yep, I believe that. I really do. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? So, I mean, all in all, it's worked out well. It's fun to have interaction with people. Her head was bashed in with a rock. It was over a $10 dispute. $10, $10. That's it. Yeah, that's it, Rennie. Yep. Yeah, drugs are evil, particularly heroin. Doing pretty good, Sheila. Yeah. And what's funny is Penny was in that situation 4 miles from where she grew up. No, they don't even look, Sherry. They don't look. They don't look. Once in a while, you'll see some bullshit story about people dying from heroin laced with fentanyl. That's all it is, a bullshit story. They act like they want to go out and catch these people. But, I mean, they don't in Detroit. Maybe someplace else they do. Yeah, it's as rock bottom sad as you can get. Break your heart. Oh, James, thank you. You know, James, that's a perfect example. YouTube flagged my Humira video because I was talking about injecting. They did it on Enbrel as well. I just got a sweet message from a 15-year-old girl the other day. Yeah, I hope that worked for you, James. Do you still take Humira? Hey, Flat Earth, how are you? Yeah, do it, Sherry. I mean, you have some. Sherry, you remember Jake, don't you? Jake running around Ann Arbor? Excuse me. Sherry, you remember Jake, don't you? Yeah. Oh, good, James. I'm glad it worked for you. That's great. Oh, okay, great. It's a miracle drug. It's worth every dime. Good for you. Thank you, Cara Hub. Thank you, Michigan Steve. Shaky Jake. Yeah, that's right. You know, Sherry, he was kind of a bullshitter about his age. Oh, wow, Sheila. Sorry about that. Was it because fentanyl was in it, or it was just an overdose? Okay. Yeah, I think so too, Sherry. Yeah, he's no pervert. Sherry's from Ann Arbor. It was this old guy that used to hang around Ann Arbor that was kind of a con artist. Hey, Sherry, did you ever eat at Old Parthenon? That Greek restaurant before it went out of business? Girl, yeah, I get them once in a while. I'm not that much though. I'm doing fine. I guess there's some Patreon thing, you know? Oh, sure. Thank you. I'm not really sure how it works. I found that 99% of my videos were not monetized. I just went and monetized them all today. Took me like 9 hours. Let's see if I get some more money to spend on the women. I mean, I'm always going to be in the hole big time. I didn't go into YouTube to make it a money-making venture. That GoFundMe sucks. I did it a couple years ago. First of all, they hold the money. Second of all, they charge 8%. And thirdly, they get your Social Security number. So on your income tax, you're getting a 1099 from all these donations. And you've got to explain away on your income tax return where this money went that you got a 1099 for. It's a total hassle. Where is that at? Where is that at, Steve? On the right dollar sign. I don't even see like a dollar sign. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know where that would come from or anything. I have gotten like people send $5 and stuff. I don't know where it's at, where to get it. I collected money from GoFundMe 2 years ago. I collected the money, didn't run into any of the women for 2 months. I didn't want them thinking I was ripping them off, so I ate the 8% and refunded everybody's money. Yes, GoFundMe is in the US. I think it's related to Facebook some kind of way. Hey, Chaz. No, that's an interesting question, Cherry, because when you guys are on this chat, do you see any kind of ads? Do any ads come up or anything? Because it shows me that it's monetized, but I don't know from what. Yeah, Jody Arias one. They ought to hang her from the highest tree they can find. Yeah, I don't get the GoFundMe, how it would be, or the monetization on a chat. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, James. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm surprised they're not popping them up there in the thing. Huh. It's news to me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Siska. Just relax over there. Just check, taking it easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't see any of that on my end. That aren't live, then yes, I think you're supposed to put them in yourself. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know how that works. Oh, okay, William. Oh, good for you, James. What the PT for? James, what's your PT for? What'd you hurt? All right, Benny. Ready? Yeah, I can't believe that people watch these ads. I don't watch them for anything. Oh, okay. No, I haven't noticed that, Flannery. I always cancel out of them. Yeah, Little Sicily has good videos. She's down here eating some popcorn. Oh, no kidding. Huh. Those ads don't bother me. I just X out of them. James, how old were you when you were first diagnosed with that? Oh, okay. Oh, good, Raven. Thank you. Welcome. It is a long time. Yeah, I don't care if I get paid. I think you get paid anyway. Maybe not the whole thing. I think you get paid as long as they watch your first 4 seconds. Video camera, Isaac. Video camera. That's good, James. Wish the best for you. Yeah, I know California's got a big homeless problem. Good night, Flat Earth. What do you have, Raven? Heavy metal poisoning. Wow. There's a girl I went to high school with that ended up getting a degree in MIT. Was a metallurgist and got some heavy metal poisoning at a young age and's been on Social Security disability. And there's a homeless problem everywhere. Do it, Raven. Montana is homeless? Wow. Wow, man. Wow. Why don't you shoe polish? I think Kiwi, maybe. Kiwi. Or Buster Brown. I'm just guessing. Wow, sister. Oh, okay, Frank. It's got that bird on the front of the can. It's a front yard. Yeah, Raven, I believe that. No, I don't know where that's at, Julius. Oh, wow, Joseph. Wow. Trying to make us jealous. I just ate 6-piece McNuggets and some peanuts. Dry roasted peanuts. Oh, okay, right. I don't like corned beef and cabbage. No, I live about 175 miles north, West Branch. Brightmore. That's Brightmore, around Brightmore. Detroit has tons of good Mexican food everywhere. I grew up near Detroit, and I went there as a kid. You know how it is. You're very impressed as a child. That's when J.L. Hudson's was in business. We'd go watch a parade. You'd take girls down there on dates when you were young. It was just, kind of forms a part of your thinking that wouldn't happen in your adult life. Nope, not for me. Hey, Annie, how you doing? Where in the hell is this Joseph from? He sounds like he's eating at the Taj Mahal. That's about it. Yeah. Hey, Sherry, remember that lawsuit in Ann Arbor because the African Americans didn't get waited on at Denny's properly? Hey, Just Goku, how you doing? Sure, it was the Sambos at one time. Good. No, those deer haven't been out here much. That was kind of rare. I mean, not that deer are rare around here, but to come up that close to the condo, that shows they're pretty hungry. Oh, there were 3 there last night? No kidding, huh? Huh. No, I don't remember a hotel there, Sherry. You remember when that appliance store was next to the post office on Stadium? That appliance store, Big George's? Yeah, Washtenaw. Is that still there? Is that Big George's still there? Hey, hello, hello. Just woke up. You must have been tired. Oh, good for them. Nice to see the little guy hanging there. Yeah, I don't know why that does that. Hello, hello. Yeah, me too. Oh, no kidding, Sherry. That's cool. Oh, good for you, Goku. Yeah, I do, Annie. I will. I got to figure out where it's at and when they're out there. I'll do it. I hope that's true, but it seems like I would have known more about it over the years. Hey, Superwoman, how you doing? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, it depends how you look at it, Frank. I think it'll be better if you compare it to the 2007 recession. I don't think it's ever going to come back to the way it was during the heyday in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know it, Tim. All right, just Goku. Yeah, you're right, Raven. Sure have. Yep. You can blame heroin. Well, at least you got to watch their interviews. There's a bunch more that are dead because of heroin. You can come on up here and visit. Hello, hello. I'll give you the grand tour. Give you a culture shock. Yeah, true, William. Yeah, Brooklyn, you went to the car races, didn't you, Chip? Yeah, come on up. I'll show you around. I'll sing to you. No, Rob, I have not. Nope. I like Lake Huron better. There's a lot less people. What's Bachu Bazi? You can take that Petoskey and Traverse City. You can have it. No, you know, I really don't have anybody to talk to. I will call that party store tomorrow. They'll be able to tell me where she's at. I never thought of that. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, Traverse City. Hell with that place. That's it, Joyous. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Hello. Yep. Yeah. I don't think she's doing too hot. Oh, Indian River. Yeah, I'm not big on that place. Yeah, that's right, Chip. Ohio's different. You like that? Hello, hello, huh? No kidding. Yeah, I don't really like casinos that much. Yeah, I don't like that area that much, sure. Really? Yeah, the Indian casinos is where they really rake in the money. Yeah, I've been down there, Frank. The Gold Strike's the tallest building in Mississippi, Frank. Yeah, you're not missing much. Hello, hello. Yeah, you're right, William. Yeah, stay away from that place. Bye, Steve. Yeah, no, you wouldn't like it. I don't want to break any glass near you. Yeah, Vegas was fun to get lost in. Is Wayne Newton still performing? Hi, Cisco. Yeah, why not? Hey, hello. You need to go Google Wayne Newton's name. Looks like he's had some financial troubles. Yeah, Chip, you're right. Yeah, check out his financial problems. Hello. Yeah, Wayne Newton does have financial problems. 76. He's 76 now. Excuse me. Thank you, hello.